Hey guys, it's Phil, and what's happening? Or should I say what happened? Because I'm going to call this series of videos What Happened. And I'm going to talk about stuff that I found interesting that's happened to me or that's I found on the internet or something recently. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is what has happened in my life recently. And that big thing is that I've entered the D.W. Jackson video contest to win a trip to Japan. And so I've been working on my video for, I don't know, since August. So it's been several months. And so I was really proud to be finished with it. I wish I could have worked on it a little bit more, but I'm really excited to send it in and wish me luck, everyone. Fingers crossed. And so moving on with the rest of the news, stuff that I have found. Something interesting, the Smithsonian Institute is now allowing you to view 40,000 pieces of art online, which is pretty cool for anyone that's into art or just anything historical. One thing that they've offered before and just recently is that they've had 3D scans of a lot of things in their collection. So you can actually go and view the things in their collection in full 3D and rotate it around and such. And you can also download it. In fact, they've even recently done a 3D scan of President Obama. And that was actually pretty cool. I didn't see the full 3D one, but I've seen some pictures of the scans, and they're pretty cool looking. Another thing I've seen coming up is actually kind of related. The Acer has released an Aspire Nitro notebook, which has a camera in it similar to the Microsoft Kinect, and so it can have motion detection and all of that, but it can also handle 3D scanning similar to the Kinect. I thought that was really cool. Okay, so these are all available in my Flipboard, and I'm going to make a link to that available in the description. So you can go and check that out if you want to read all the stories. And I'm also going to put links to all the stories in the description as well. So the next thing that I found interesting is Twitter is going to launch a video platform. Maybe to compete with YouTube? I don't know. Looks like they're only going to have a 10-minute limit. So it'll be interesting. They'll be able to edit your videos and upload them. It looks like you may actually be able to film videos with the app as well, but it is going to have a 10-minute limit. So that's, I don't know. Plus, the other thing is that it's only going to be visible on Twitter, of course, whereas YouTube, you can view it everywhere. So that, I don't know if it's going to compete, but it might be interesting. So we'll see what happens with that. Next up is some Japan news. It's New Year's, and right after New Year's in Japan, lots of stores have something called fukubukuro, and that is a lucky bag. And so a lot of stores have these things where they'll take maybe some items that didn't sell well over the year, or maybe they have some overstock, and they'll put them in these little surprise bags and sell them for a set price. And so as a consumer, you don't know what's in the bag, but you buy it for $30 or $50 or whatever, and then you buy the bag and you find out what's in it when you get home. And sometimes it's really good stuff. You might spend $30 and end up with $90 or $100 worth of stuff. So next up is about yukatas, which, if you don't know, yukata is similar to a kimono. But a kimono is pretty expensive. They're very high quality usually, and they can be upwards around $900. A kimono, or I should say a yukata, is similar, but it's more like worn in the summertime. They're much lighter fabric, and they're also a lot less expensive, maybe like $20 or so. The one in this article, or the several in this article, I should say, are pretty interesting because they have a unique pattern. Usually they'll have kind of a floral print or something that you would normally find in the springtime, summer. These have an interesting pattern that you may not recognize right away, but once you think about it, they are a tire tread pattern based on tires from the Toyo company. So I don't know, maybe it's a marketing scheme or something, but it's actually pretty interesting. It doesn't look bad. Next up was a humorous little article on many ways to hold chopsticks in Japan. And these were, at first I looked at this and I thought, really? I thought there was only one way to hold them. And then I watched and I found it's actually quite humorous. So you'll have to go and check it out for yourself. Next was an interesting one that I found. As myself, I personally have kind of a sweet tooth. And so I got very excited about this when I found about this Tokyo Cafe, which looks to be a chain that has all-you-can-eat cake. And so basically you pay a set price. It's about 1,500 yen, which is a little over $12. And you get all-you-can-eat cake for an hour. That is pretty tasty sounding. And the last one we have is a Westerner's Guide to Japanese Toilets, which doesn't sound that interesting, but it actually is. It's quite a long article here, and it has a lot of things about the history of the toilets and some of the really futuristic technology that they've got going on in there, which you may not have even known about. You know, lots of people hear about the water squirting and everything that they do, but there's a lot of more interesting things that they have to keep the entire thing clean, and it's pretty surprising. Alright, so that is the end of my video today. If you want to check out my articles, again, I have a magazine on Flipboard, and I'm putting it in the description. I think I can post a link to it. Otherwise, you can search for Phil Nolan, and the magazine is called What Happened. And then if you want to follow me on Twitter, I am Phil Nolan 3D. And please give this video a thumbs up, and be sure to follow me if you want to see more videos. And let me know in the description if I'm doing a good job, and anything else that you'd be interested in hearing about.